Hey, what's up guys? Welcome to another playthrough of Renegade. Today we're going to be playing with Oshin Noro. And we're going up against Spider. Our countermeasure cards are double switch, scrambler, and insert misinformation. So yeah, let's set up the board as usual. So we'll give them a quick shuffle. And the first one is green. Okay. Okay, so we start on access point 6. We get one red virus on that access point, and then we also have 4 blue. So I think here we can put 1 on 2, and I think I'm going to put the other 3 on 6. Spider is going to start with 1 spark on each partition on Faith. And then also 1 on each of the odd numbered servers on our odd number partitions on our server. Fine. So we will let's just shift this left a bit to make room for the hack shock, and we get duality, Pied Piper, self-modifying inhibitor, and project consciousness. So not there's no red in that initial hack shock offer. So let's see how we go here. So we have 5 is our hand limit. So we get focus, memory steal, renegade apprentice, diversion, and diversion. So I think immediately let's probably use 1 diversion to pay for self-modifying inhibitor. So we'll take that into our hand. I think we probably want to try and get project consciousness. So I think we will discard memory steal and delete focus to get project consciousness. And I think let's leave. Let's end our turn there. So we can. Our goal here is to have 2 sparks or 1 guardian on partition 4 on each Renegade's home server. So we need one spark there. I think I will. I think if we go with use project consciousness to, and sorry, that is it says 1 cost, but I think in the errata, or there was an FAQ on the Box of Delights website, I think it should cost 3. So which is why we paid focus and memory steal to pick that up. So we will use that for 2 blue commands, and we will move, let's move here. So we'll bring our virus with us, and then we can execute self-modifying inhibitor to delete 1 spark and add a replicant. And then we are left with these 2 in hand. I think, so we could go with, we could have actually, instead of deleting it, we could have actually used our Renegade Apprentice, but then we wouldn't be able to carry over a card. So let's stick with what we did, and then we will hold, I think, Renegade Apprentice and discard Diversion for the next turn. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and we get Decrypt, Data Scan, Sabotage, Bypass, and Renegade Apprentice. And then we are end of turn step, nothing to do. There's nothing completely surrounded. So we will go on to the start of turn step. We'll restock the hack shack, and we get Adrenaline Surge and Dancing Pig. So still no red there. We are rolling for sparks. We get red with the fewest, so that's going to be in number 2. And then we will go on to our turn. And I think we will use Bypass to buy Adrenaline Surge. And then, so we have a bunch of red here. We do need to get 2 sparks into partition 4 of our server. So we're going to need some shift here. I think we probably want to upload, yeah, we'll upload a neural uplink, and because we used adrenaline surge, we'll get a second one. And then we are, we could go with, we could move in here and delete or infect using our cards, but I think we need to focus on trying to get sparks into number 4. So I think we will probably go with a move here, and then we can probably go with a shift action using that to, alternatively, instead of moving, we could upload another virus. Yeah, let's do that. We'll upload. Actually, no, we won't. We will. We'll move. We'll take one uplink with us, and then we can play that to shift in there, and then we will discard that and draw our last 5, and we get Trickery Master, Interrupt, Infiltrate, Data Steal, and Infiltrate. Nothing is completely surrounded, so we go on, we'll restock the Hack Shack, and we get Emit EMP, and then we roll for sparks, and it is our server with the fewest, that's number 2. So we will go on to our command phase, and we do need to actually add the spark, sorry. Okay, so I think here we will use our interrupt to buy Dancing Pig, and then let's use our infiltrate, one of our infiltrates, to buy Emit EMP, and then let's I think we need to let's shift let's shift that in there, and then we can, let's play move, so we will move with one of our viruses, and we'll move there, so that is one movement. So this is free here, and then we move once, and then we can execute our Dancing Pig to have one contaminant on our server, swap partitions with one spark on our server, and actually yeah, we do need to do that, so we will swap these. So we've swapped one contaminant on our server, which was the virus on number 4, with one spark, which is the one on number 2. So yeah, we will, we've met the 2 sparks on partition 4 of our home server, so that's that. And then we can, I think let's, I think we will use this to move, although, yes, let's move back here, and then we can go there for free, and then let's upload a virus to finish. So we will, yeah, upload that, and that is all our cards played. In terms of the end of turn step, is anything completely surrounded? There isn't. There is nothing completely surrounded. We will go on to the countermeasures phase. So anything to battle, no. Anything to be deleted, no. So success or failure, we get replace each spark on every server's partition 4 with one uplink. So we get 2 uplinks onto our partition 4. Is there anything else? No. We skip the move spark step, so that is a successful completion of the copper countermeasure. So we will then purge the Hack Shack, and the new cards we're getting are Pied Piper, Digital Tattoo, Ginger Cool, and Data Shift. So still no reds there. Okay, so we will shuffle up and then come back for the next cycle. Okay, so we get 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Oh, 5, and we have Decrypt, Project Consciousness, Self-Modifying Inhibitor, Infiltrate, and Data Steal. And And so we've restocked the Hack Shack. We're doing new spark steps, so they're getting 2. It's our server with the fewest, that's number 2. And then green with the fewest is number 1. And then we go on to the command face. So I think here we can probably spend data steal to get data shift. And then I think what I'm going to do is execute self-modifying inhibitor to delete 1 spark on our partition, and we will add a replicant there. And then let's, I think we'll move 2. We'll bring our 2 viruses with us. And we will, let's do an infect action. So we get 2, 3, 4 plus 2. So that's 6 to their 1. Yeah, we win that. So we delete that. And then let's, I think we probably want to get back over here. So I think we're going to go for the yellow and try and get 2 yellow to fulfill the countermeasure. I think we're going to try and get 2 yellow over to partition 5. So I think we will spend 2 movement points. So 1 gets us here, this is free, and then we can spend a second to get here. So we have the 2 replicants there, and we'll hold project consciousness till the next turn. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we get Renegade Apprentice, Sabotage, Emit EMP, and Dancing Pig. So that's fine. End of turn step, so we have flip all contaminants on 1 random server during every end of turn step. So the random server is going to be Faith. There are no contaminants there. Is anything completely surrounded? No. So we'll go on and restock the Hack Shack, and it is Console Cowboy. Ooh, that's appealing. Do we have enough? We do. We would be able to get that. Okay, interesting. And yeah, so we'll roll for the new sparks. So that's our server with the fewest, that's number 2. And then our server with the fewest is number 3. Okay, so I was going to play execute Dancing Pig to have 1 contaminant swap with 1 spark. And I think what I will do here is probably have to, why don't we do an infect action and use emit EMP as well, so we'll be able to delete all sparks from 1 partition adjacent to ours if we're successful. And we could hold 1 back, and yeah, let's hold 1 back. So let's do an infect action. We will, we're at 1, 2, 3, 4 versus their 1. So we're actually at 6 because of our ability. Versus their 1. So yeah, we win that 3 to 2. So that gets deleted, and we can delete 1 on an adjacent partition. So we'll delete that, and then we can we could execute Dancing Pig to swap the green with that spark, and then we can do another infect action. So we're 1, 2, 3, 4 to their 1. And yeah, we win. So we're at 8 to their 7. So we just about win that. So that gets deleted. And then I think I will, let's move with these 2 modify our replicants onto that partition. And then we can, I think we will upload a data port. So we'll use one of those. It's a bit of a waste to waste those 2 leaderships. We could get Console Cowboy instead, so let's actually do that. That's probably a better idea. Although then we won't be able to move onto this partition. So if we were to go for Console Cowboy, we would be like that. And that would get us 1, 2, 3. Yeah, so let's do that. So we will delete Sabotage, discard Project Consciousness, and take Console Cowboy. And then we'll draw the last 5, and it is Data Scan, Adrenaline Surge, Memory Steal, Trickery Master, and Diversion. end of turn step, then we are flipping all contaminants on a random server, and it is the red server. That is not good. Oh no. Okay, so this gets flipped, this gets flipped, this gets flipped. These two do as well. All of these are flipped. These also do, and these two. So we are not meeting the goal at the moment. Ooh, that's not good. So we'll restock the Hack Shack and we get overwrite interrupt. And then we roll for new sparks. So that's our server with the fewest, it's number 1. And our server with the blue, sorry, with the fewest is number 1. So back to our command phase. Okay, so I think we are going to need to get these 2 reds over here and then the 2 yellows over here. And hopefully the random die that we roll to flip all contaminants on at the end of this turn is not going to be either red or yellow, otherwise we won't meet the scrambler. So let's play these 2 adrenaline surge and memory steal for 4 shift actions. So we can shift once, twice, 3 times, 4 times. Although we could just instead of doing that, actually, why don't we do this? We can. So we're going to need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 points of movement, and I think we can get 4 there, 5, and 6, 7. So that will be 7 points of movement. So we can bring these 2 here, and then pick up these 2, and come back over here, and then. So we could. There's no way to get back, so why don't we let's upload 2. So we'll upload a neural uplink, and then we can upload an extra one because we used adrenaline surge, and then this will just go to waste. So that's that. End of turn step. Is there anything completely surrounded? No. So we will go on to the over easy portion. So flip all contaminants on 1 random server during every end of turn step, and it is the blue, so there's nothing. So we got lucky there. SMC's revenge step, there's nothing to battle, but this gets deleted. And then where else? That is all, I think. So yeah, we will go on to the success or failure step, and we get distribute X plus 1 sparks, where X is the number of renegades to the network on number 5 partitions only. So we will put, I think we'll put 1 on green, and I think 1 on blue as well. We'll skip the move spark steps. So we got that successfully. Purge the Hack Shack. And the new ones that we get are hologram, reset spark, overwrite interrupt, and Nidam ship. And then in terms of setting up for our goal countermeasure, so the Trojan horse place 1 spark on top of a stack of contaminants, 1 of each player's color. So we'll take 1 red, put a spark on top, then place this Trojan horse stack on faith 6. It cannot be moved, only shifted when it reaches a player's access point. Delete that color contaminant from it. When its last contaminant is deleted, also delete its spark. So we'll put this on faith 6. So that is that, and then we shuffle up for the next cycle. Okay, so we will draw our hand limit of 5, so 2, 3, 4, and 5, and we get memory steal, dancing pig, project consciousness, data scan, and decrypt. We'll roll for new sparks, so they get 3 here. So green with the fewest is number 2, blue with the fewest is number 2, and blue with the fewest is number 3. So what will we do? I think we will discard data scan and delete decrypt to pick up hologram. And then I think we probably want to execute a hologram to teleport our avatar to avatar to any partition on the network as a move action. So we will teleport our avatar and bring 2 uplinks with us over to phase 6. And then we can, I think we'll probably, why don't we shift, let's shift twice. So we'll shift this once there, and then we can shift this again here. So that is our countermeasure completed. So when it reaches a player's access point, delete that color contaminant. So we'll delete the red, and because that was the last one, we also delete the spark. So that's that. And then we can, interesting choice now. So we could, I guess we could infect here and try and delete the spark on 6. So that would be 2, or no, we can't, darn. And there's no contaminants that we can execute Dancing Pig for. So that's a bit of a bummer. Okay. And I think here, let's just play Project Consciousness, and we will move 2. So let's move there. And yeah, then we'll draw a 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And we get Data Shift, Console Cowboy, Adrenaline Surge, Renegade Apprentice, and Renegade Apprentice. End of turn step, nothing is completely surrounded. So we will go on to the start of turn step, restock the Hack Shack, and we get Vulnerability Scanner. We'll roll for sparks. Green with the fewest is 3. Faith with the fewest is going to be number 1, and blue with the fewest is going to be number 4. And then it's back to the command phase for us. Okay, so I think we can probably use Renegade Apprentice to get Override Interrupt, and then I think I will play Adrenaline Surge for 2 shift actions, and I'm going to shift probably this in here, and then this in here, and then we can, I think we probably want to execute Dancing Pig to have 1 contaminant on our server. Or actually first let's execute Data Shift to move up to 3 contaminants from any partition or partitions to yours. So I will move 2 of the red ones in here, and then 1 of the blue ones, I think. And then we can execute Dancing Pig to have 1 contaminant on our server, swap partitions with 1 spark on our server. So I will swap this with that, or actually no, let's swap this with that, and then we can infect. So we have +2, 3, 4, 5, and we have this if we need it. So 5 to their 1, and we get, so we're at 7, they're at 7, so we will interrupt any infect action to add +2, so we will delete this, and then we'll hold on to Console Cowboy, and we get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we have Diversion, Trickery Master, Emit EMP, Infiltrate, and Self-Modifying Inhibitor. So we go on to the end of turn step. Nothing is completely surrounded, I don't think. No, this one isn't. This one isn't. So we're okay there. And yeah, then we restock the Hack Shack, and we get Override Interrupt. Rolling for new sparks, they're getting another 3. So green with the fewest is number 4. Red with the fewest is our number 2. And blue with the fewest is number 6. Okay, so back to our command phase. And I think here we can, I think we probably want to use these 2 to upload a virus, which we will upload there. And then we can use that to install Propagator on our partition 6. And then I think we can use that to shift, we'll shift that in there, and then we can use Console Cowboy to upload a neural hub. So we get a neural hub, and then yeah, I think that's all. Well, we could ghost our action to partition number 2 and modify this. Or no, we can't because we don't have enough yellows. So yeah, we'll leave it there. So that's the end of this turn. So end of turn step is anything completely surrounded. This is. So that gets deleted. Also this, they were going to be deleted anyway. So those are the only 2, I think. So they get deleted. And then we will, that's the end of turn step. We'll go on to the countermeasures phase. So anything to battle, no, these do get deleted though. Yeah, so they're deleted. And then we are going to the success or failure. We did succeed. We managed to get it shifted. And we're able to delete the Trojan horse, add 1 neural hub to faith, and then add 1 spark to each player's access point. So we'll add 1 neural hub there, and then a spark to our access point, which is where we are. We skipped the move spark steps, so that is a success on the gold countermeasure as well. So we did succeed in all of the countermeasure cards. And then in terms of final score, 1 for each 5 sparks left in the supply. So we have 6 there. 6 here is 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So there's 5 left in the supply. So that's 1 point. 1 point per installation, so that's 3. So that's a total of 4, 5 for each guardian. So 25. That's 29 in total, plus the 75 gets us to 104. So yeah, that was fun. I thought those countermeasures were when I first saw them were quite difficult. We did get a bit lucky on the silver one. That scrambler is seems very random in terms of the, I guess if you have enough contaminants, like if you could have 2 red here and 2 yellow, and then 2 red and 2 yellow there, then you'd be guaranteed to get the scrambler victory. But yeah, I think we got a little lucky not having yellow or red come up on the last roll there. But yeah, that was fun. Let me know in the comments if you spotted anything I could have done more efficiently, or just anything in general. Comments are always appreciated. That's going to do it for today, I think. Hope you enjoyed this. Thanks for joining, and hope you can join again next time.